Hello, welcome to this video where we'll be looking at numbers in JavaScript. Let's dive into these important data types in JavaScript. In JavaScript, number represents both integer and floating point numbers. Unlike other languages that have numbers like int for integers and float or double for floating point numbers. Examples of numbers in JavaScript are like 99, which is a positive integer, negative 99, which is a negative integer, 99.99, which is a float, and then 1 exponent of 6, which is a scientific notation of a number, 1 exponent of minus 6. These are all numbers in JavaScript. So let's now come to our JavaScript file. This is just like a breakdown or like an examples or categories of numbers in JavaScript. Let's see them from the JavaScript code perspective. Before we dive into coding in JavaScript, or before we see examples of numbers in JavaScript, ensure you have Node.js installed on your machine. To see whether Node.js is installed on your system or not, you open your terminal and then you write node-v for version. It has returned the version that is currently installed on my machine. It's version 22.17.0. So it means Node.js is installed on my machine. So let's clear the terminal. Node.js basically is a runtime environment where we'll be running our JavaScript codes. So make sure it's installed and working properly on your machine before you begin this tutorial. Let's now dive into examples of JavaScript codes involving numbers. So let's create a variable, let num, we assign it to 34. Let me interpret this line of code. Let is a JavaScript keyword that is used to declare variables. Num is our variable name. This is an operator that assigns our variable num a value of 34. Let's log to the screen the type of value that is stored in our num variable. And to see the type stored in our num, we are going to use a JavaScript built-in operator known as type of operator. Let's save it and then we run our file, a JavaScript file. So node numbers.js. So you will see 34 is a number. Let's see another example. Let num1, we assign it to 19.67. Let's console.log type of num1. We save it and then we rerun the file. 19. Let's this time with a negative. Let num2 we assign it to negative 45 is still console to log type of num2. We save it. Let's rerun the file. So negative 45 is also a number. Okay. So basically all integers, all numbers, natural numbers, floating point numbers are numbers in JavaScript. So let's now come to scientific notation in JavaScript. Scientific notation is basically a shorthand method of writing very large or very small numbers in JavaScript. So let's see examples of scientific notation in JavaScript. So the first, let's create a variable million, then we assign it 1 exponent of 6. So this line, this is just a variable name. So with this 1 exponent of 6, 1 is a constant, and then e represents an exponent which allow us to express numbers in terms of exponents of. So from there, let's say console.log million, then we terminate. Then we save the file. And then we node numbers.js. As you've seen, as you've seen under scientific notation, there is there is 1 million printed to the screen. So let's see what JavaScript is doing behind the scene. So let's create a comment, and then from what is happening here is it's taking our constant 1 multiply with exponent of 6, that is basically 10 to the power of 6, this 6 here. So it will result to a million. So that's what basically JavaScript is doing behind the scene. So let's see another example. Let trillion, we assign it to 3 exponent of 9. So let's create, before we print we log to this to console, let's first do our calculation. So in this case, it's going to be 3, we multiply into 10 to power of 9, which is basically going to result to 1, 2, 3 into 3 trillion. 3 with 9 zeros. So basically this is what we will be expecting. So let's now log it to the screen. Log. So we log trillion. We save it. Then we rerun. So as you've seen, it's like this is like 3 trillion. So basically, scientific notation, it's kind of easier compared to writing the long form version of the number. So let's see scientific notation of a smaller number. So let's create a variable let, and then we name the variable small million. We assign it to 2 exponent of. So for smaller numbers, after the exponent you add before your power variable, in this case, which is 6. Then we close it. So let's see what will be the output before we log it to the screen. So in this case, it's going to be 2, which is our constant. We multiply with 10 power negative 6. It's going to result into a 0.0005, and then we 2. So let's now log it to the screen. So it's going to be small million. We save it, and then we run our file. As you have seen, yeah. So that is it for numbers examples. So we've looked at type of variables, scientific notation of numbers in JavaScript. Next, basically the main thing we do with numbers is arithmetic. Let's do some arithmetic in our JavaScript. So let's say let's perform addition in JavaScript. So let sum, we assign it to, so in this case, let's say 1 plus 9. And then we log it to screen, we sum. So we save it. As we've seen, for arithmetic, the sum is, or we can just say sum is sum is 10. Let's see subtraction. Sub, we assign it to 3 minus 7. So let's log it, console.log sub. Okay, let's say subtraction is save it. So it's going to be -4. For multiplication, let's say let mult, we assign it 34 multiply by 567, and then we console.log multiplication is mal, save it, and then we run our code as you've seen. So let's go with the division. Let div, we assign it 45, then we divide by, let's say, 89, then we log it to the console.log division is div, we save, then we rerun our file. As you have seen this there, we are done with that. So let's besides regular numbers, JavaScript also has special numeric values: infinity, negative infinity, and not a number or none. So let's look at them one by one. Infinity, this represents the mathematical infinity in JavaScript. This is a number greater than any other number. We get it by dividing positive integers with 0. So let's see JavaScript code example. So in this case, we are going to log to console, .56 we divide by 0. So let's save it and see. You see, it's infinity. A number greater than any other number, you divide by 0. For negative infinity, this represents the mathematical negative infinity in JavaScript. This is a number less than any other number. We get it by dividing negative numbers with 0. So let's say we log console.log a negative integer like 45, we divide by 0, save it, and then we rerun our file. It's going to give us negative infinity. The last special number is none, or not a number. None represents a computational error. This comes as a result of an incorrect mathematical error. For example, in this case, let's log to console. Let's say subscribe. This is a string value. We divide by 0. We save it, and then we rerun our JavaScript file. So it's going to result to a none. This is like everything we need to understand in number data types in JavaScript. In our next video, we are going to look at number methods in JavaScript. So stick along. Feel free to subscribe, like, and share these videos if you find them helpful. See you in the next video. Thank you.